So my next one I want to tackle real quick, and I seem, kind of antsy, and it's because things are so pivotal, but nobody sees what God is really doing and how we have three parties on the front line right now in the battle on a field. It's even like a football field. We have two teams. And these two, the left and the right, are the ones that are fighting to win. But there's a third team on the field. The third team is BLM. It's the Black Lives Matter. It's the Black community. And God's heart for this whole thing that Kim Clement has been speaking since 1996 is the unity of this nation, the great revival, the reformation that's supposed to come. And it all revolves around John 3:16 and 17. And so Dana Coverstone had a dream about President Lincoln and Uncle Sam, judges, the whole Lincoln dream. You can go search his YouTube and listen to it. But the symbolism of that is the failed court systems, Lincoln, who was a civil rights activist, having a noose tied around his neck, and then Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam is symbolism for the American Revolution. It was the patriotic thing. It was to replace Yankee Doodle. Then even Brother Jonathan, which has a lot to do with native intelligence. So that gets wrapped into all of this too. And then you have Uncle Sam, like he winks. I can't wink very well, but he winks and says, "I'm sorry, Mr. President." And Lincoln falls to the ground. And Uncle Sam then has a heart attack and drops to the ground. And then the Christ-like man, by the way, that's Jesus, comes and taps him 3 times. And he says, "I'm sorry that, this had to happen." But then he turns and he says, "Brace yourself." He's saying that to all of America because the thing that Jesus wants to do and has been proclaiming through Kim Clement is bring unity to the 3 parties on the world stage today: left, right, and Black lives. And God's going to do it. I don't know how, but he's going to do it. And the oil of gladness is a reference to Psalm 126. I think I was in 1 Thessalonians. There was another one. And it is the oil of gladness of the good news of the gospel of Jesus Christ, of John 3:16. For God did so love the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. And God didn't send his Son in the world to condemn it, but to save it. So the oil of gladness that's going to be poured out over this nation is going to replace the mourning and the weeping and the anger and the division. And there will be no more anger. There will be no more division. And there will be no more bitterness. But Dana Coverstone's dream was absolutely correct. But you have to understand the symbolism of why the Christ-like man let all of this happen and then steps in at the last minute. This is about unifying a nation. And he will let the iniquities come before him. But Christ overcame the iniquity. Jesus overcame the sins. For love covers a multitude of sins. That's why. That's why we're seeing everything that we are right now. God has not failed. I don't believe that at all.